It's week 1 of the 2022 season, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme today. It's the Bills and the Rams, under the lights on Thursday night.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Charles, great to be here now in our 7th year together in the booth. Hard to believe. And we have an excellent kickoff to the 2022 NFL season between the Buffalo Bills and the defending champion Los Angeles Rams.
And let me echo your words. It is an excellent kickoff to the 2022 season because it's a special night. It's opening night. We play it on a Thursday, but how about this? The first time either one of these teams has played in this NFL opener since it was moved to Thursdays in 2002. And we know why the Rams are here. They won the Super Bowl last year. Buffalo, they're here because they're exciting. They are the favorite in the AFC.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now here come the Bills, and you don't have to look hard to find their 5th-year star QB, taken 7th overall back in 2018, Josh Allen.
Buffalo gave Allen the most guaranteed money in league history before the start of last season, and boy, did he justify it by playing at an elite level once again, taking the Bills to 11 wins and another division title. Along the way, he threw for over 4,400 yards again and ran for 760 with 42 total touchdowns for a top-5 offense. They were knocked out in an overtime thriller against Kansas City in the playoffs, and they will be one of the favorites to win the AFC this season.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. What a matchup here for our first game of 2022. The 103rd season in NFL history, and this is the first of 285 games on the schedule this year. Now, both of these teams certainly hope to be playing in that 285th game. That would be Super Bowl 57 in Arizona. The Rams were able to raise a Super Bowl 56 banner before the game. Of course, they beat Cincinnati on this very field back in February to win that Lombardi Trophy. Now Allen again. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Steps away. His throw incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, it's Allen. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Here's Allen. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he is going to have a Bills first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And again, it's Allen. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now the 4th-year running back. This is Devin Singletary. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. Well, they attend to him. We'll step aside. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs from 13 yards out. And the Bills are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Boy, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. To throw is Stafford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And that pass, a big one for Matt Stafford, folks. He just went over 50,000 career passing yards. Just the 12th ever NFL quarterback to do that. The former #1 pick in 2009 out of Georgia. Been so durable, so dependable in his career. And what a mark for Matt Stafford. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, Stafford here. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 39. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. Just beating the play clock. Stafford. This one brought in by Jefferson. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Stafford. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Akers. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Fourth down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. And Gay knocks this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives, and they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Allen. They will find Davis. That's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Powell on the return. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Stafford. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Back to throw. Stafford.
He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or check down throw on third down. Sometimes just trying to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And this is caught at the 8.
And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
To the air again, Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Kaiir Elam makes a pick.
He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Bass on for the extra point.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. Here's Bass now to send it away. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over.
The last time, everything looked pretty good except that final play on the pick 6. And now they've got to come right back out here, Charles, and try to pick up the pieces and get things going again.
Yeah, it certainly seems dire, doesn't it? But there is a silver lining, and it is hard to see so soon after that touchdown. But the game plan was definitely working. They were generating offense, had the ball beyond midfield, getting wins on each down against the defense. So they're moving it well. They just have to hang on to it.
Yeah, as you said, though, probably tough to remember those good things on that last drive when it ended like it did. A couple of vets, Stafford to Robinson there. 1st down Rams.
After 4 years each in Jacksonville and Chicago, Allen Robinson made a big jump by joining the reigning champs. Hoping to shake off career lows from last season and get back to being a catch machine. Here's a catch for him there and a 1st down pickup.
Stafford on 1st down.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Stafford.
At the 31-yard line.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And past the 40. The 40's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So 2 1st downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line.
Stafford on 3rd down. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
It's the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. 4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. Gay's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drop.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they are going to score on a fumble return. Touchdown, LA. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is up and good. It brings them within a point now. It's 14-13. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The offense on third down tonight, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Allen going to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Stafford.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It's complete to Diggs.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's dependent on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing now is Allen. Screen play, Johnson. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of the first as he's tackled at the 47. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
On fourth down, Matt Araiza is sent on to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive, and there's the running back Cam Akers. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Plenty of good matchups in that 1 o'clock Eastern window. It'll be noon at Soldier Field in Chicago. And a big test for the Bears, as they'll have to contend with the San Francisco 49ers. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Then on Sunday night, a good one to start the season, the Bucs and Cowboys from Jerry World. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Rams, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Allen. Completing it to the right side, Johnson.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on fourth down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Bass is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So the interception set them up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Stafford now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him. Let's get it now. Let's hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the 39, Allen. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Going right back to Akers. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo sack. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Well, they try to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
On play action, Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. On play action, Allen. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath, and he'll be brought down at the 27.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Left side caught by Diggs. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie from 8 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Kupp.
Stafford to his number 1 guy, Kupp, for Los Angeles first.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in the play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46.
Now a give. Akers running left.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Play action. Stafford. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 26. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, he'll get this one to Kupp, complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. He's got it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
On the handoff, it's Akers.
They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 2. 1st down and goal to go.
Akers will score. Touchdown, L.A.
A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bills offense back out onto the field. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Allen off the play fake. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's McKenzie. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. This one caught by Crowder. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. Oh, good move. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finished this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen buying time to his left. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They run here with Singletary. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2nd down and goal. Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Bills will add to their 4th quarter lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Stafford on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Stafford. Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On first and 10, Stafford. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To the air again, Stafford. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Stafford on third down. Hard throw, incomplete. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bills ready to take over. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin first and 10. Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. So second and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They go right back to Singletary. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. Back to throw. Allen. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Complete to Duke Johnson.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game one of many to come. Sitting next to you, really looking forward to it.
As am I. Great to be back in booth with you for another season. Great to get this year underway. You and I both know interesting is going to be the word. An extra week now as part of that newer 17-game season. What a fun opener tonight. We know the better games are still on their way, but I'm glad that we got started.
So for the Bills, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.